So I went to the movie theater straight after I got done at the zoo today, and I get done at the zoo every day at 5 o'clock. And the showtime for Joyride I went to is at 5:40. And I asked my fellow interns, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna see Joyride like right after we get off work today. Like, does anybody want to come with me?" And they're like, "Oh no, we're busy. Sorry, Vitas." I was like, "Yeah, no worries." This is one of those instances where I'm really, really, really happy I didn't bring him to the movie with me, because Joyride is like, oh my gosh, what has been seen cannot be unseen. What's going on, everybody? It's TVB, and I'm back here on a Discount Wednesday movie review to review Joyride. Joyride follows Audrey, who's played by Ashley Park, and she and her three friends, played by Stephanie Hsu and Sherry Cola and Sabrina Wu, all go on a trip together. The business trip goes terribly wrong, and they go on a little trip to look for her birth mother, and a whole lot of shenanigans goes down from there. I was really excited going to Joyride. Like, Everything Everywhere All at Once was my favorite movie of 2022 last year, and watching that movie sweep the Oscars, Best Picture, Best Actor for Ke Huy Quan and Michelle Yeoh and Jamie Lee Curtis was just so satisfying. All the other awards that won, and Stephanie Hsu was really fantastic in Everything Everywhere All at Once. So I'm really happy for their careers growing, and I've been very enamored with Asian culture and history and various, just all things Asia, for whether it's China or Korea or Japan or Vietnam or Burma or all those other East Asian countries. I've been super fascinated with other cultures for as long as I can remember. So anything with a big release that has a lot of Asian representation, I get really excited for it. And guys, I was not disappointed with Joyride. I think I hear this summer has been pretty tough for movies, box office wise. A lot of good films that have been coming out lately have been doing so well at the box office, and people don't want to go out to movies as much anymore, which is really upsetting because Joyride is a really fun film. It is a raunch comedy. This film is very R-rated, and rightfully so. Parents don't watch this movie with your parents, and parents don't watch this movie with your kids. There's a lot of profanity. There's a lot of sexual content, or there's a lot of crude jokes pertaining towards that. And like I said in the start of this review, what has been seen cannot be unseen. But there's multiple moments where I was laughing out loud in the theater. This was probably the hardest I had laughed in a theater in quite a few months now. There's been some really funny movies that have come out this year. This one may or may not have had me laughing the most. The way you make someone laugh in movies is by subverting their expectations. You build up something that you think is gonna happen, then something completely unexpected happens, and this film succeeds at to a T. And this is, I think, what makes Joyride stand out from the other summer comedies. Because every summer I feel we get so many just disposable comedies that are just you've seen one comedy comes out during the summer, you've seen 1,000. It's just very redundant and repetitive. But Joyride not only reels in the jokes and the laughs with its raunchy sense of humor and it's irreverent, but there's also, without spoiling it, of course, it is kind of difficult to talk about Joyride without spoiling it, but there's a major plot twist in the movie that sets up for some character drama, and I'm oh wow, it's surprisingly emotional at a few scenes too. And I was wow, that was I just watched the movie in the theater, I was damn, they actually just took that route. And everyone in this movie does fantastic. All four of our leads were very charismatic and very funny and knew what they were doing. And I really think the film's the jokes as well as the film's themes, I feel are especially gonna resonate with people who were adopted, whether they were from China or Korea or anywhere else really. And yeah, I just think overall Joyride is probably my pick for one of the best movies that's come out this year so far. And I have to give it an 8 out of 9 stars. It's a great film. I gotta keep this movie review very bite-sized and straight to the point. I have a question for you guys. I posted my first Would You Rather Wednesday poll this morning. Now that I've finally have seen and reviewed Joyride, it's I think it's about time I do all the films I've seen in 2023 so far video from worst to best. I'm still kind of undecided as to whether I should just make it this weekend when, because I'm off Fridays and Saturdays in the zoo that I'm interning at this summer. Should I just just make that video either tomorrow or Friday or Saturday, or should I wait until the end of August or start of September after the summer movie season is over so I can include all the summer movies that have come out this year? Please go ahead and vote on that poll if you guys get the chance, and like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. My name is TV9. You guys have a nice night. Stay beastly.